In the center of the amazing digital circus, inside the circus tent, Pomni stands alone on stage, looking at Ragatha's empty chair with sadness in her eyes.
Ragatha, if only you could be here. Standing under these lights without you on stage with me is so hard.
You're here again, huh? Staring at the stars?
Yes, I'm praying for Ragatha's recovery. But with each passing day, my hope dwindles a little more.
I get it, Pomni. But what Ragatha needs most is your strength and joy. You have to stay strong for her.
I don't know how, Jax. Performing without her, laughing without her.
Pomni, I understand your pain. But remember, we are all a family here in our circus. And as a family, we must support each other.
But Caine, everything feels so empty.
Even in tough times, we must not lose hope. And I know Ragatha would want you to stay strong.
After a long silence, Pomni slowly lifts her head to look at her friends. Though there's still sadness in her eyes, a glimmer of hope also appears.
You're right. For Ragatha, and for all of us, I must stay strong.
After a long silence, Pomni slowly lifts her head to look at her friends. Though there's still sadness in her eyes, a glimmer of hope also appears.
That's the spirit. Together we can create a future as bright as the stars for everyone in this circus.
The light that once illuminated the circus tent had now dimmed into shadows. Pomni, once a beacon of joy on stage, now falters in her steps and jokes, a shadow of her former self.
Pomni, please, let's talk. Maybe I can help.
I can't be the same anymore. The absence of Ragatha, it weighs too heavily on me.
Bubble emerges from Caine's hat, attempting to cheer Pomni up.
Pomni, look, I want to show you my new trick coming out of this hat.
As Bubble spins impressively in front of Pomni, she smiles weakly.
Thank you, Bubble. But jokes or tricks don't mean anything to me anymore.
That night, Pomni quietly exits the circus tent. Jax and the others watch her leave, worried.
Where is Pomni going? We should follow her.
But Pomni disappears from sight. Jax, Ragatha, and the others search for her but cannot find any trace of Pomni.
Pomni, why did you leave us?
Pomni's absence leaves a deep void in the circus. Her laughter is now just a memory. Her friends, hoping for her return, look up at the sky every day.
No matter what, we have to find her. Pomni is part of our family.
And so, with the hope of finding Pomni, the inhabitants of the amazing digital circus continue to search for her. At the edge of the circus area, under a tree, a letter is found. Caine picks up the letter from the ground and begins to read it with a serious expression.
Dear friends, the news we've been waiting for has finally arrived. Ragatha has recovered, and she has set out to find Pomni.
The friends gather around to listen to the letter.
So Ragatha has recovered, and Pomni?
Yes, I've recovered, and more importantly, Pomni is coming back.
Everyone looks at each other with joy. Days later, Pomni returns to the circus area under a starry night. Her friends greet her.
The wish I made to the stars came true. When I heard Ragatha had recovered, I wanted to come back right away. We missed you so much, Pomni.
Inside the circus tent, a grand show begins to celebrate the return of Pomni and her friends. Pomni dances on stage with her old joy, making jokes. The audience laughs heartily. Pomni's return creates great joy in the circus. With her recovered light and joy, the circus once again overflows with hope and laughter. After the show, Pomni and Ragatha stand hand in hand under the circus tent, looking up at the sky. The stars in the sky seem to celebrate their renewed friendship and the hope they have found again in the circus.
Like these stars that always give us hope, we too must be a light for each other. Yes, and no matter what, we are stronger together.
This story is a tale of hope and rebirth, following loss and grief. The trials Pomni faced strengthened her and reminded everyone of the importance of true friendship and family bonds.